Salam Tatenas and greetings, brothers, greetings, brethren, and family, sisters, and mothers. I want to respond to something that I'm sure many of you all have encountered. Let me first give you the 411 information. If you go to our channel comments, there was a novice. You get a lot of immature Christians who claim to be Christians and all of this and that, but if you check them out and you check out the Bible, they contradict each other. Some Chris Tim J. Love commented about one day ago and said, why do you make a big deal about whether Jesus was black or white? It shouldn't matter. He died for the world's sins, not just the black race. Question mark. Your videos are blasphemous. Our immediate response to this novice, so-called pseudo whitewashed Christian was that the name, quote, Jesus Christ is blasphemous. His true name is Yehoshua, or at least in good Greek, Jesus, with no Z sound embedded like Zeus. That said, Yehoshua, the Messiah, came first and foremostly to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, i.e. Ethiopian Hebrews or Negro Hebrews, and not the Gentiles. In Yah's mercy, he allowed faithful Gentiles, i.e. in Est, Greeks and Roman whites, into the fold if they accepted the truth both of the spiritual and humanity blackness, that is, his flesh, of the Messiah, i.e. Christ. The proof, Matthew 10 and 6, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and Matthew 15:24, but he answered and said, I am not sent but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But let's just touch on the point of blasphemy. This is what the Bible means, that many will think they do God's service and will try to kill us, try to kill the righteous and kill the message of truth if they could. Isaiah 52 and 5 says this, now therefore, what have I here, saith the Lord? Lord anglicized, another outright blasphemy, because Lord is a title of white Anglo-Saxon, British, English, Anglo-American, Eurocentric so-called nobility, while it's truly Yahweh in the language. What have I here, saith Yahweh, that my people is taken away for naught? This is Old Testament, so we're not speaking about Christians here. What have I here, that my people is taken away for naught, for nothing? They that rule over them make them to howl, saith Yahweh, anglicized Lord. And my name, Yahweh, anglicized Lord, continually every day is blasphemed. This is why the name Jesus Christ is blasphemous to a mature Christian, not to a novice Christian, because see, a novice Christian, it says right here, not a novice, least being filled up with pride, he fall or she into the condemnation of the devil. And what does diablos mean? It means slanderer, means liar. So when one says that our video focusing on the true humanity of Jesus Christos, of Yehoshua HaMoshiach Adonenu, is blasphemous, and it shouldn't matter whether he was black or white. No, it shouldn't. If you Eurocentric Anglo Christians had been faithful to the true gospel of Getachi Jesus Christus, well then slavery would have never happened, and this word my people is taken away from naught would have no meaning, nor the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But because your ancestors did what they did, it is a big matter. As far as a big deal, we ain't making no deals, because you're going to make a deal with the devil. We've learned that from your Anglo-American culture. You make a deal with the devil. We're not making no deals, but it is a big matter, and it does matter for the aforementioned reasons. When you say that he died for the world's sins, not just the black race, once again, you need to look at the evidence. You understand? Black men, the black male, have been dying for the sins of the world. That means black men have been dying for the sins of white people, of Asian people, of Arab people, of Spanish people, Mexican people, all people. Black man has died for their sins. And the first of the brethren who died, who was crucified by the Romans, was Adonenu Yahushua HaMoshiach. So your ignorance, we could forgive if we choose to forgive, because whatever we bind on earth is bound in heaven. Whatever we loose on earth is loosed. Right now, we are still deciding. Your matter is still in judgment before the true Christ, before the black Christ. And it's very important that you learn that it does matter. One more thing I wanted to put in here, and I just said, let me just make this video just as black Jesus Christ, quote unquote, is black Jesus Christ blasphemous? And then I just remembered something from the scripture, because you hear Christians talking about he came in the flesh, he came in the flesh, he came in the flesh, he came in the flesh. But you don't find them telling you what kind of flesh. Therefore, if he came in the flesh, did he come in the flesh of bird? Did he come in the flesh of fish, of goat, of cattle, or the flesh of a Chinese man, the flesh of a European, the flesh of a Polynesian, you understand? Or the flesh of a black man? But the Bible tells us something very important here, and I want to share this with y'all. It says in 1 John chapter 4, let's take it from verse 1. Let's start at the beginning in the time we have allotted to us. Beloved, because here the children are warned against false teachers. And I'm telling you that you've been taught falsely by whitewashed, Eurocentric, anglicized Christianity. You've been taught a couple of true things, but a lot of twist and turn, and they've made the way of the true Moshiach very complicated, very confusing, even to themselves. This is why they have so many demon nominations out there, and each one vying against the next. It was not so among the true Christians or the Nazarenes. But here it gives us the marks of the false teachers. It says, beloved, believe not, don't admit as true, don't mind men every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God, of the truth, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. And here's the marks of false teachers. The false doctrine of Christ's person is the first mark of false teachers, according to the Bible, is the false doctrine, the false teaching of Christ's person, of his humanity.